So Kadeem, we know from speaking to young people ourselves that employment is something that is really concerning for our young community in Elmbridge. And the people that we have spoken to say that it's just so hard for them to get a job with very little or no experience, and that employers just don't want to take on young people. What would your response be, and how can young people get a foot in the door and start earning some money?
Citizens of Ice has volunteering opportunities for young people who may be really unsure of what they want to do for work or where to start, but they've got the great skills that they could put to good use. We really want to hear from you and support you in utilising and developing those skills, giving you great reference for future employment and enabling the first step on your journey. In terms of careers advice, this is not an area that Citizens of Ice can support with, but Weybridge Job Centre Plus would be happy to help, as well as the Youth Hub at Brooklands College. Surrey Lifelong Learning can also support people from the Bridge in Walton, as well as Lower Green Community Centre. Work-wise, support anyone with mental illness or severe mental illness into employment, and they are experts at this. Central Surrey Voluntary Action would love for volunteers to join them, and there are so many interesting assignments they have access to.
So Kadeem, we have had various feedback around careers versus jobs from young people and the attractiveness of either or. What have you captured from your engagement with youth in the community around this topic, and what would you say are the barriers for young people?
I would say historically, a career was a pathway to guaranteeing a healthy independence. It would perhaps open doorways to international travel, owning your own property, developing your own business, or opportunity to work with different people, gaining lots of new skills. But my observation is that this is not as attractive to young people today. People want to work smarter and not harder. And in hard financial times, young people are feeling increasingly unsure of what their future holds, and unlikely to have the things I mentioned above that make working worthwhile.
And I know from my work that people want support to be as local and accessible as possible. Where do you recommend for young people to turn to in Elmbridge to get support around things like their employment rights? Have they been paid correctly? Discrimination, for example.
So, this is it. Please come to Citizens of Ice Elmbridge West for support around your employment contracts, your employment rights, and or concern for discrimination, exploitation, or breaches of contract. We can help with all of those.
And Kadeem, I know that you have asked a lot of young people what will happen in the next 5 years around their housing, their employment, things relating to their independent living.
Citizens of Ice Elmbridge West recognises a potential problem for some young people becoming successfully independent in Elmbridge. For instance, have you had a discussion with your parents or carers around your housing? Will you be allowed to live rent-free? Will your parents continue to support you when you finish uni? And that's if you've been to uni. What does post-uni support look like? I'm really asking young people to think towards the future and how they can empower themselves to be ready for the adult world and be aware of the support that is available when they are posed with these sorts of questions. It is better to be proactive and start thinking now about how your future could play out, and to avoid any surprises and be prepared. Ignoring the issues do not prevent them from escalating. And don't forget to check out the free helpful resources in the descriptions of this video.